What is good, YouTube? Listen, I've been sitting here thinking, bro. NBA 2K27 is literally right around the corner, and I've been sitting here thinking, bro. I feel like
Mhm.
the builder should go back to archetypes.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
The main reason why I say that is because it would possibly eliminate the demigods.
Mhm.
It would bring back lineups that are, usual, because honestly, NBA 2K27, 2K26, you don't know who you're guarding half the time. And it's so hard to sit there and think about how to guard this team, what they're going to do differently. Let's bring the let's bring the basics back. This free for all builder is just not it in my eyes. And I just hope and pray that they, take this into consideration and actually try to, like, think about the builder for NBA 2K27. I understand the game is probably already done. 9 times out of 10, it is already done. So I just hope and pray that they actually sit down and listen to us, though. But y'all let me know down in the comments what type of builder you guys would like. We done had so many different ones. We done went from, free for all. We done went to archetypes. We done went to dual archetypes. What type of builder would you guys love to have? I feel like personally the most balanced builder that we had was honestly 2K19. The only reason why I say that is because you can make, good players. You can make, I'm not gonna say demigods, but you can make role players that actually were nice at the game. This free for all builder literally messed up the game. I'm gonna be honest with you. In my eyes, I feel like it messed up the game. NBA 2K26 is a great game. It's just it needs some tweaks, and I feel like it starts with the builder, bro. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, man, let me go ahead and show y'all the different type of builders that they had in past 2Ks, and we can just talk about it from there. Let's go. And this right here is the NBA 2K16 builder. It really wasn't like, really much to it to like explain about it, but it was really straightforward. I mean, you was either, this says two-way star. I see why, because you're efficient at scoring the ball at will. You play make and defend. But I wonder what would the name be if you had a tad bit of rebounding on it. But basically all I'm saying is this is real straightforward, and like 2K really didn't try that hard because they didn't separate all attributes. Like now that we have all separated attributes on the game, it really shows how to break down a build. This right here is considered a demigod in my eyes. So let's go ahead and move on to the next year of 2K. And then moving on to NBA 2K17, this is the one that started it all for me, man. I started out as a stretch big. The game, you really needed to be able to be good at this game. I felt like, I mean, yes, you could hit whites. Yes, you could, make demigod. I'm not say consider demigods. Point forwards were like the best builds on the game, the 610s, because you can run 3 610 point forwards on that game and be dynamic, like trio, duo. That build right there can do everything in the game. So that's honestly piggybacking off of being demigods. But there was some, trio type of lineups that you could run, glass cleaner and 2 sharpshooters. There was like lineups that you could run in the game that could win. There was also games, lineups that could take over the park and go on huge win streaks. Some of the YouTubers that went on huge win streaks, they actually ran like stretch big and glass cleaner. Yes, that's kind of crazy, but I mean, it was the person on the sticks at the end of the day. I always say that this was the beginning of a big era in 2K. Yes, people will say that NBA 2K 16 and 15 and all that was like the start of it, but I feel like this one right here really took off a lot of people's careers. I'm gonna be honest with you. So yeah, man, that is NBA 2K17's builder. It's not much to be said. If you know, you know, and if you don't, you don't. And if you play this game, I'm sure that you had a wonderful time playing the game. Let's move on to the next one. And now I'm moving on to NBA 2K18. This one right here, I'm gonna be honest with you, It wasn't a bad idea. You know, they had the primary secondary skills. Like the pure stretches were honestly the best builds on the game because they can shoot over every single thing. Yes, you can, you know, have different play styles. You know, sharpshooters were like the go-to build for everybody. Stretch bigs were the go-to build. Not a lot of people I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. The go-to build, if you wanted to streak, was the play shot. I mean, yeah, either the play shot or the sharp shot. The sharp shot was really insane if you really played this game and knew what you were doing. The rep method was great. The builder was honestly not that bad. I'm gonna be honest with you. You really couldn't make demigods on this game, I'm gonna be honest. But this builder was very good. It broke it down. I believe this is the first year where they actually broke down the builder. And this is basically introducing cap breakers. And I mean, you really didn't have overpowered builds. Yes, you could shoot crazy deep, but you had to be good at the game. I'm gonna be honest with you. I believe, in my eyes, I believe you had to be good at the game in order to beat people on this game. So moving on to the next one, let's go. And oh yeah, if you're viewing this video, this right here is showing the amount of subscribers and the amount of non-subscribers that are actually viewing this video. 98.3% of you guys are not subscribed, and not 1.7% are subscribed. So please don't forget to hit that like button, that sub button, and turn on those post notifications for more videos. Let's get straight back into it. Let's go. And then we have NBA 2K19. This builder is basically the same thing as 2K18's. It's not really broken down any differently. It's really not much you can say about this builder. It's honestly literally the same thing as 2K18. And I mean, this really is the introduction of demigods in my eyes. Yes, you know, 2K18 had some iffy things that to be done with it, but you needed to know what you were doing on that game in order to do what you were supposed to do to win games. But on this game right here, this one is really the start of the demigod era in NBA 2K, and I feel like I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think they should go back to this one at all. I'm gonna tell you guys which one they definitely should go back to, but this one right here wasn't horrible, but it wasn't good as well. So yeah, man, that is my input on NBA 2K19. Here we go, man. The NBA 2K20 builder. Yes, I'm sorry that the screenshot isn't the best, but this right here, the two-way slasher playmaker, were literally the best build on the game. Because that 68 three-pointer was OC. You could shoot ridiculously great with that. Believe it or not, you were like a scoring artist. The build was just insane, and you can go on huge streaks if you literally ran this build 2 times. If you had 2 6'5" two-way slashers, two-way slashing playmakers, you can literally go on huge streaks because you played amazing defense. You could score the ball, you could finish the ball, and you could play make crazily. And the build was honestly the fastest in the game. And I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think you had to be good at this game in order to win. I'm gonna be honest. Yes, I feel like this is somewhat of the best builder they had, but they needed to tone down on the I couldn't even say they needed to tone down on anything because it was honestly balanced. You could get a stop on the game, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's just, you know, you just had to be good. You just had to be good, and that's what it comes down to. That's what it comes down on any 2K. You just have to be good at the game or to get a stop. But this builder was not bad at all. I will rate it honestly a 8.5 out of 10 out of all 2Ks that they have dropped. Now these next two 2Ks, I'm gonna just go ahead and throw these all in one segment. NBA 2K21 and NBA 2K22. These really are the starts of the demigods. That 6-7 build was literally gods. This is the start of, you know, next gen consoles. This was the start of, you know, just demigods in general, bro. Like the builder was just insane on this game, bro. And this is where the free for all builder started. I feel like the free-for-all builders really broke NBA 2K, and 2K really needs to tone down. They have not, because they see that the people love to make demigods. I'm gonna be honest with you, if I could make a pure playmaker, I would. I mean, not the best shooting, like this game right here, you could just do it all. You can just do it all, man. As you could tell by the stats on this build specifically, you know, look at the finishing, look at the shooting. The playmaking isn't the best. The defense is great, honestly, but this right here is a big man, so he wasn't even fully done. He hasn't even upgraded his rebounding or speed or agility, and I feel like that right there is really what set this game off to be one of, like, you know, not one of the best games, because it was just insane, bro. Like, just look at the stats that you can get, and you were only at 95 overall with all those 90s. Like it's just insane, bro. And this build right here, you probably can run it 2 times on the 2 scores and go insane, because you can get unlimited boards, finish, shoot, play make. You didn't have the best ball handle, speed ball, but you know, if you know what you're doing, you know what you're doing. You could just set screens and just pop all day long. And like I said, these 2 builders were not great whatsoever. And if you think otherwise, it's because you're just a cheesy person. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Let me not even say that, because I am a cheesy person myself. But NBA 2K 21 and 22 were one of the worst. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I know I just sat there and said this multiple times, but NBA 2K 23 was literally bad. This was the start of, you know, Zens, you know, the cheaters, like where they really, like, you know, just took off. You can make literal demigods, as you can see by the picture on the screen. This right here is considered one of the demigods, because, you know, they had when you hit legend, you know, you got extra badge progression and all this and that. This is a 6'8" build, 93 dunk, 92 3.89 ball handle, you know, some defense, some speed, vertical stamina. This build right here was honestly, like, this builder was broken. You can do any and everything. It was just broken, bro. I don't like it. I had fun on it myself personally on my 6'7", what was it, 3-point shot grader. But, you know, like this game right here was just broken, bro. And if you like this game, you're not it, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. You're just 2K. You started to go downhill with this game. I really started to not like it, but, you know, I played the game because of the love of basketball and the love of 2K period. But this builder right here was not it. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Like I've been saying, like, you know, NBA 2K, you needed it. There was a meta in every single game, but really NBA 2K24 was the definition of meta. You needed a meta lineup to win. I'm gonna be honest. Yes, you can use those tall builds, but I felt like small guard, lockdown, and big man were like the best lineups. I mean, that's been like that every single year, but this year specifically, in my eyes, feel like the best year to run meta, because, you know, you needed a lockdown to get a stop, because there really wasn't much defense in this game. You could hit a lot of contested shots. You know, like, there was really no speed difference, and that's another thing I forgot to mention. I think I did mention it in one of my last videos. There was not really much of a speed difference, but NBA 2K24 was no speed difference. You see that 66 speed that the build has on this player right here? That right there can catch up to a 90 speed, and that right there was just sickening to me. That 41 perimeter just did not make sense at all, bro. NBA 2K24 wasn't the best. It wasn't the worst either, but NBA 2K24 definitely needed some help. And I was probably, you know, a complainer in this game, but, you know, you got to do what you want to do. You got to do what you got to do in order to, you know, make the game go by. So I followed the meta. You know, I made one of each build that is to help myself win. And a lot of people did not like that, but, you know, I got to do what I got to do to win, though. You know, got to do what you got to do. But move on to the next one. Let's go. Here we go, talking about NBA 2K25. NBA 2K25 was bad. It was very bad. Hardly any defense. Yes, there were, you know, if you knew what you were doing, you know, it had defense, but the game had no defense, bro. You see all this defense this player has, it did not matter. And as you can see by the name appeared on the top of the middle of the screen, this was a 6'6" power forward, and as you can see, the build name was demigod, and that right there is insane. This is a 6'6" power forward, and look at the stats on this build. It did everything. It couldn't steal the ball very well. It could shoot like 65 free throw wasn't a lot at all. It's not. But if you know what you're doing, you're gonna be able to hit a shot. NBA 2K25 did not have any defense once again, and this was the introduction. Was it an introduction of Cat Breakers? To be honest with you, I couldn't even remember. I'll have to look that up. But NBA 2K25 was just so bad, bro. And I'm not even gonna show you guys NBA 2K26 because, as you know, that is the game that's out right now. So you know, if you don't know, then that's on you. But NBA 2K25 was bad, very bad. I played the game. This was the start of my 1v1 career. I played ones on that game crazily because, you know, it was hard to find people that actually wanted to win, to be honest. And, you know, I don't like losing. Nobody likes losing. So I don't know why people always say, why are you trying so hard? Because NBA 2K25, you had to try hard in order to win. And this right here is really what set my competitional playing NBA 2K down, like, you know, up, like it set it up. But, you know, yeah, bro. So y'all let me know down in the comments what type of builder y'all would like in NBA 2K27. Me personally, I feel like they should let go of the free-for-all builder and bring back the archetypes. Make sure y'all let me know down in the comments, turn on those post notifications, hit that like button, turn those and subscribe. Like I said, it's 90-something% of y'all that's not subscribed that's been watching the video. It takes nothing to support. It takes nothing to hit that sub button, bro. Turn those post notifications. It's your boy JV Quan. I'm gonna catch you on the next video, bro. Peace.